afternoon. My name is Amanda and welcome to the Dunn Creative. Before we get into this pick a card reading, I wanted to let you guys know I have a live stream channel called the Dunn Creative Live where I go live doing readings over there a few times a week, and also a Patreon with lots of exclusive content over there. Links for both of those are in the description below, and also if you would be interested in booking a private personal reading with me, you can always email me at amanda@dunnphotodesign.com, also linked in the description. But for this pick a card reading, you guys, we are going in just the state that the world is in right now, and just, all the personal tower moments that, can occur from day to day, from person to person. There's just a lot going on energetically. There's a lot coming up for us to release and to step into this new, shiny, new, authentic version of ourselves that has always been there, but of course sometimes buried under a lot of toxicity, a lot of trauma, a lot of maybe even past life stuff, connections with other people that either didn't work out or maybe you're still going through things with them. But we're going to find out how you can get your power back. And it's not like your power is actually given away or taken away from you in some way, but we can feel that way. And when we feel that way, we lash out sometimes, we get triggered, we feel really triggered. We let a lot of external things get to us and, make our bodies emotionally, physically react. And it can be, I guess the best word is triggering, when we feel completely out of control or out of our power, or like someone has done something that, there's no sense of balance or justice in our lives. So Spirit inspired me for this pick a card reading to really tune in, not focusing so much on what transpired, because you guys already know that, but maybe feeling into the vibe of how what transpired made you feel. Although if we do get some of that, we'll take it. But also, and most specifically, what are you gonna do about it? How are you going to get your power back? How are you going to feel in alignment with your higher self or your guides, angels, source, the universe, whatever it is that you know you are a part of? Just reminding you that you are that very powerful part and giving you your power back, even though it was never taken away. But as humans, we sure can feel that way, and our feelings are valid, and we're going to face our feelings rather than push them away or try to not face them. We're facing them, and this will help us bring our power back. So if you're new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to center your energy, and focus in on pile number 1 with the Goldstone, I think it's blue Goldstone heart, pile number 2 with the Pyrite, and pile number 3 with the 2 pieces of Moldavite. But once you've selected your pile or piles, go ahead and check the description box below for your timestamps, and I also pin them as the top comment. Please, though, remember, you guys, these are general readings, so only take the information that resonates with you, your life, your situation, and just go ahead and leave the rest behind. So without delaying this any further, I'm going to give you a moment to meditate on your cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Alright, for those of you who selected pile number 1 or the blue Goldstone heart, this is going to be your message about getting your power back. And this card here, we're going to start with the number 24. You add up 2 plus 4, and the year of my filming this is a 2022 year, which is a universal year number 6, because 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6, and 2 plus 4 also equals 6. So this is you getting in alignment with the energy of the number 6, and this is about balance, about love, about nurturing yourself and others, about balancing. It's a very temperance card energy as well. And with this potion here, it says, remember to practice self-love. So a lot of times when we are feeling out of our power or out of control in our own lives, we I won't say we forget about the self-love and the self-care, because I think we know about it, but it's just kind of on the back burner, or something else is really taking up a lot of our focus. And this is just bringing you back to center, bringing you back to the present moment, bringing you back to your heart. And it says here, basic witch. So some of you might really feel like you're tuning in to your self-love by doing certain little rituals, incantations, ceremonies, spells, whatever feels good for you. And if none of that feels good, just, meditation, putting your hands on your heart and just feeling into the source of all that is within you, because we are all, each and every one of us, a fractal of that source. And a lot of times, especially when we're feeling powerless, we sure don't feel like a fractal of that source. But getting back in touch with your heart is one of the quickest and best ways. And of course, grounding. A lot of times when we're all floating up in our heads and, you know, all that mental chatter of we're not good enough, or this person is exerting their power over me, or I feel helpless, I feel ashamed, I feel, you know, all those low-level fear, vibrational energies, it completely throws us off balance. So this is about bringing ourselves back to balance, remembering to practice self-love. It might be for some of you that have gone so far away from self-love to just start with something very simple like reading affirmations, or, you know, putting notifications on your phone with loving self-love affirmations that will just remind you every time your phone dings and you check it that you are worthy, you are deserving of love. You know, all the, you know, self-love affirmations you want to create. Also writing them on your mirror or putting them on sticky notes around the house, or, you know, just saying mantras in your head and affirmations in your head to bring yourself back to love. Okay, so we're going to get some tarot cards in the mix. How group 1 can bring their power back. How group 1 can feel they are bringing their power back. This one wants to come out. This one as well. Okay. What do we have, Spirit? Oh yes. Oh yes. This is really painting a picture for me already. Okay, you guys. Can we say conflict, confrontation, poor communication? Like, this is really what I see over here. And I know this deck came out before the whole pandemic thing that we've all been going through the last few years, but 2 of these people have on a mask. I'm not reading this as, okay, they're afraid of, you know, viruses getting in or something. I'm really reading this as, you know, they're covering up part of their face here. So you can't see the truth of what's going on about something in a situation, or someone's not being forthcoming, or maybe some of you feel like you don't have a voice in where, you know, you stand with a certain person, or in a situation where you feel helpless, you feel powerless, you have maybe been blocked or ghosted or silenced in some way, someone telling you you're not allowed to say how you feel, or maybe when you do speak they talk over you. Wow, this is nasty energy. Even if you're not going through this right now, you guys, there's something that's transpired in the past where you had a disagreement or a butting of heads, or just a coming against it where you didn't feel heard, you didn't feel seen, it didn't feel good. Your body physically reacted to the people, the person, the situation, the energy, whatever it was that you were involved in or currently possibly involved in, where it's making you feel that powerless feeling or helpless feeling. It doesn't feel good in your physical body. It might come with like a stomach ache or headache, or, you know, like just getting hot and you can't breathe. It's very anxiety, very almost like on the verge of panic attack, or although some of you may have even gone into panic attacks because of the energy involved in whatever it is that's made you feel powerless here that we're reading about today. But I love that we're getting the Ace of Wands here, because it's not going to last forever. It's like you're pulling your pony out of the fight, or you're bringing your sword out of the ring. I don't know a good analogy for that, but it's like you're removing your power from certain people. There might be as many as 4 or more people involved. It could be more of a one-on-one interaction, or some sort of group setting, online community. But there's a lot of emotional, maybe even financial investment in what you're going through currently. And you almost feel like, well, if I speak my truth, or if I walk away, I'm going to be out something, I'm going to lose that friend, I'm going to lose that money I invested, you know, whatever it looks like. But Spirit's showing me you choosing your peace over any friend, any money, any situation that has taken your power, or perceivably taken your power, and stepping into your power. This is a new beginning right here, you guys. This is a yes to move forward away from this energy. Wow. But this is also inspiration from Spirit. Spirit has given you an idea. Spirit, your own higher self, has made your body feel not very good when you get messages from certain people, or when you find yourself interacting with certain people or certain situations. It just doesn't feel good in your physical body. And that is your higher self. That's your own intuition, your own gut instinct telling you this isn't right. Something is off here. This doesn't feel good. Because when you are in alignment with something that is for your highest good, you'll get chills. You'll feel lighter, not heavier. You'll feel, this like leaping in your heart center. Although you can feel this pounding in your chest when things are not going well either, but it's like an opening of your heart center. And sometimes it can feel a little uncomfortable, but it's more expansive rather than like engulfing, if that makes sense. So pay attention to the signs and signals that your body is giving you. How do you feel when you interact with certain people? How do you feel when you go to a specific job or you're involved in a specific situation? If it doesn't feel good, that is a major alarm bell from your higher self, from your own physical vessel telling you, hey, we got to make a change. This is not a good vibe. This is not a good energy. It's just a question of to get your power back. You're going to have to answer that call and make changes. Remove your energy. Maybe tell someone, hey, I can't do this anymore. Wow, guys, I didn't realize. I think I did. Spirit inspired me to do this because I just asked, what? I didn't mention this in the intro. I was gonna, and then I forgot. But I asked my regular Rider-Waite-Smith deck, what is going to inspire? What reading am I doing today? I picked the Six of Swords and the Hierophant. And the Six of Swords is moving on. It's healing. It's the internet, so it could involve people on the internet. And then the Hierophant is all about stepping into your own authority, your own power, being a leader in your own life, inspiring others. The Hierophant can also be a mentor or a religious figure, someone we deem as an authority figure. So you guys may have actually felt slighted or picked apart or powerless because of some authority figure, a teacher, a mentor, a father, a mother, a friend, a boss, a friend that's just overbearing, things like this. That's the inspirational energy for the whole reading that I'm doing today. And to me, moving on and then into the Hierophant is you claiming your power back. So I'm like, duh, let's do a reading about how to get your power back. Wow. Guys, this is so powerful. We've got a long ways to go. I didn't realize these are probably going to be pretty long readings. We're 14 minutes in, and this is just 3 cards. And I don't want to rush things, so we're just going to let this play out. However long these readings need to be, that's how long they're going to be. So I apologize. I'll probably have to label this in-depth, long-winded, Amanda on her soapbox, Spirit speaking through Amanda. But hopefully, if you're here for the message, if it's too much to do in one sitting, you can always pause and come back. Okay, what are we going to next, Spirit? I really do see this as other people being involved. We do have the love and relationship affirmators on deck here, but I think we're going to start with some astrology just to get some guidance on how to step back into this power. Mercury messages. What was I saying about, feeling like you can't speak your truth, or maybe there was harsh communication from someone? Absolutely, this has to deal with communication for you guys. Messages from other people, whether in person, spoken, written, energetic. This feels so heavy though, guys. And I hear, a good number of you feel like someone really attacked you with their words, and then a good number of you, it's like your words weren't received. They just ghosted you. You don't feel heard. You don't feel respected. Oh my gosh. It could even do with a partnership or someone you've partnered up with to help you in some way or teach you something. Again, with that Hierophant energy of the overall kind of reading I did before this feels like a mentor, a priest, a pastor, a teacher, a parent, a boss, someone you deem as an authority in your life. Even if it's not on a conscious level, somehow you've given them the authority in your life. It's like you've handed it over. You've passed that baton over to them, but hey, relay race, it's come back full circle. You're ready to take your power back. Like that, Spirit's giving you the baton back, but you're going to have to run towards it, grab it, and then keep going. Wow. Yeah. And I'm laughing. It's not that it's funny. This is nervous energy. Like, I laugh when I get nervous. I think maybe you guys do that too. Because I'm picking up, this is very heavy. Solar flares activate. Yeah, and this makes sense because there's a lot of, like I said at the beginning, if you skip the intro, there's a lot of cosmic energy coming in. And there's a lot of dense past energy clearing out. So the solar flares really do help bring in this cosmic energy and alleviate or offload, trapped emotions and heavy, dense traumas that are still trapped in our bodies, our etheric field, our emotional body, mental body, physical body, spiritual bodies, all the bodies, the light body, all the bodies. But these solar flares come in and purify. They transmute anything lower. And a lot of times when these energies come in, these things come up and we feel them, and it's difficult, and it's triggering, it's activating. This is a trigger. But this trigger, I'm getting chills on my crown now. Here we go. Spirit is on today. Probably because I'm wearing a whole bag of Moldavite, black tektite, and Libyan desert glass. So we're getting the real. Oh, and Herkimer diamond and phenakite is in here somewhere, I think. Yes, here we are. So we got a lot of cosmic help coming in to bring you guidance today. They are activating you. They are helping you get triggered. I know it seems like triggers. Why would I want to be triggered? But sometimes us getting triggered is kind of like us, getting that green light to move forward. And we realize where I'm at does not feel good anymore. So I am on the move. I am outie. Wow. And then we got the number 17 here, which is adding up to an 8, which is all about taking action, moving forward. You get this activation from this energy coming in, and then you get that inspiration from spirit to move ahead, move forward, level up, level up, level up. That's what we're doing here. Okay. Are you guys still with me? This is intense. Are you guys feeling anything in your body? Feel free to comment if you're feeling anything. I hope this isn't triggering anything for you. If it is, remember, triggers are gifts, even though a lot of times they don't feel like it. Especially in the moment, when the heat of the moment, things can be difficult. And there have maybe been a lot of heated, passion doesn't always have to feel good. Sometimes you can be passionate in a heated discussion with someone. You're very passionate about your stance on it, and you just want them to know, and you're heated, and you're raising your voice, and you're moving your arms around, and you're stomping your feet. This is so much energy coming through, guys. Woo! My body is physically feeling all the things right now. Okay, what do we got? Wow. New moon in Aquarius, open up to change. 5s are all about change. But a lot of times when changes are coming, they create a lot of conflict, a lot of confrontation, a lot of, just change. And even the good changes, like I always say here, even the good changes in our lives don't always feel good when we have to move through them. Even if it's a change we're excited to make, there's still obstacles, there's still challenges, there's still conflict. There's still other people being like, well, why are you doing that? And it's like, get out of my business. Oh, but it's interesting because we have the new moon in Aquarius here, and at the time of my filming this on January 24th, 25th, somewhere in there, I'm not sure, the next new moon is coming up in the sign of Aquarius. If you're watching this later, we're just tuning into the energies of this. It's still relevant, timeless reading. But those of you watching around the time of my posting, I don't know, this might actually go up after. I'm looking at what I've already got filmed and scheduled. This might actually go up after the new moon in Aquarius. So whatever you experienced during the new moon Aquarius, if this goes up afterwards for you, these changes are the new beginning you've been asking for, praying for, hoping for. So any intentions you set or any rituals you did for this new moon in Aquarius, or, the previous new moon, if you're watching this later, are those answered prayers coming in. But again, they're going to have to shake up, wake up, break up, quake up the energy that you're currently existing in to help level you or elevate you out of it, out of where you've been, to get you to where you're going. Yeah. And then new moon, it's all about new energy coming in, you guys. All of this new energy coming in to help support you and move you in a direction that is more in alignment with your higher purpose here. But this says think it through, new moon in Gemini, which you guys are communicating because, or going to be having new ways to communicate. Ways that it's almost like, how did I know what to say? Spirit is speaking through you. Wow. Because Mercury rules the sign of Gemini. So there's a lot of mercurial energy here. So wherever Mercury is in your natal chart and wherever the sign of Gemini is in your natal chart, these are important places. and also wherever Mercury is currently transiting. I know at the time of my filming this, Mercury is still in retrograde, but that may or may not apply depending when you're watching this. But specifically and especially if Mercury is in retrograde, when you're watching this, or maybe looking back to whenever this thing happened, that can let you know that miscommunication, conflict, ghosting, all these things can happen during a Mercury retrograde. Wow, this just gets more and more powerful as we go. So I have a feeling for a lot of you with all this communication, this is going to involve a person or group of people. So we're going to get a couple words of advice on how to get your power back with the love and relationship affirmator cards. So we have here receiving. And oh, that's so funny because I was almost going to say like messages maybe not even going through, like with the miscommunication, and then I didn't say it because I'm like, we got to keep going. I wished I would have said it now because here we go. Some of your messages may not have been received. Or maybe the person heard or read what you said, but they twisted it or they misinterpreted it, or maybe you twisted or misinterpreted something someone else said. Or maybe they really did send you that text or that message, but you never got it. It never got to you. It was almost like return to sender. It just never got to you. But this says receiving. I open up and allow myself to receive love in all ways, from all directions. It may seem scary, but it's better than receiving audits, bed bugs, or hate mail. Some of you may have gotten hate mail or a nasty comment, or, it just doesn't feel good. It's very heavy. I receive love and it feels good. Yes, that's what we're looking for, those feel good feelings. That I decided to receive it some more, and then some more, and maybe just a wee bit more. I love these cards. But yeah, when you're receiving that info from Spirit, it will resonate. It'll sing with your body. You'll get chills. You will know, okay, I'm done with this situation. I need to move forward. I need to release myself. But when the messages are coming up against trauma or wounds, it might not feel good at first. But this is us moving through, facing any issues we've got rather than trying to push them away. And almost at this point, like over-communicating from the heart, though. Not over-communicating from ego or from hurt feelings, but over-communicating from the heart, or at least letting someone know what they've done to hurt you, or where you're coming from, or how you feel, where you stand. I think that's going to be a big part. Even if you guys don't actually reach out to this person, but you just write this letter, because I'm really honing in on this letter here. You write this letter to this person or people or situation that you feel powerless to, and then you can burn it. You don't have to actually send it, but just writing it out, it just grounds it and helps you feel heard, especially those of you who felt like your voice wasn't heard. Maybe that's an exercise you can do, is just to write out everything you wished you could have said in the moment but didn't. Or maybe even taking back things you did say and just apologizing on paper. Whether you decide to send them that letter or that message or speak to them in person about it or not, that is your choice. Because I think I'm seeing a vast majority of, some of you are still in communication with these people. Some of you never want to see them again. Others of you, you were the one in the wrong. Others of you, you were the one that was wronged. You guys, it's general reading, so I don't want to get too specific on how, but just take what resonates for you. All right, we also have boundaries. Yes, abso-freaking-lutely. Yes, exactly. Your boundaries have been more than mulled over or bowled over. What's the word? Mowed over? Yeah, something like that. Your boundaries have been more than pushed to the limit, pushed to the edge. But it says, I claim my right to set healthy boundaries, and I allow others to do the same. Sometimes personal space is taken, and sometimes it's given. And sometimes if you're on the subway, it's completely disregarded and shamelessly invaded. I guess it depends on the day. So this is all about you finding better boundaries. You're going to find what boundaries don't resonate with you loving yourself. If someone's trying to push something that doesn't feel good or feel in alignment with you loving yourself, then it can't happen. It can't happen to you. So it's up to you, though, about taking that action with that 8 there. Remember, you're taking action. You may have to communicate these new boundaries to people. Because a lot of times we do show people how to treat us, but sometimes we have to come right out and say it. And say, I know in the past I may have allowed X, Y, and Z, but moving forward, I'm not doing X, Y, or Z. Or, wording it however you want. But this is energetically letting people know, physically letting people know, through your speech, through speaking it out, letting people know. There's a new kid in town. there's a new higher evolved soul in town. Not that you weren't high and evolved before, but like, trauma, wounds, humanity. It happens. Human stuff really does jade or cloud our realization that we are our own spirit guide, that we do have this connection at all times. Even when we feel, and maybe even especially when we feel powerless, it's up to us to remind ourselves that that connection to spirit can never be broken, no matter what happens. Whew, spirit is delivering. Okay, so I know with all this power that we want to come back to us, there might be some things we need to surrender or let go of to bring that power through. So let's find out what we can surrender here for group 1. What can group 1 surrender? Stress. All this just needs to go. Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you've built up in your body. All that body talk about how heavy it feels and how tight and just dense. Yes. Let the stress go as you come back to your center. Yes. What was I saying at the beginning? You got to return to your center. Returning back home to your heart space. Yes. Okay. What else? What else can group 1 surrender to get their power back? Surrender your addictions. So for some of you, this could be codependent behavior, or just feeling like you need someone or something that really isn't serving you, but it feels, at least you know what to expect with that thing, even if it is bad. A lot of times just going off on your own, starting completely over, there it is way harder than just putting up with the same old. But this one says, whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, I'm going to almost say overthinking too, with all this Mercury here. Overthinking could definitely be an addiction for some of you, or just something you do and you spiral without even realizing it. So being very present and mindful of your thought patterns and processes is really going to help you get your power back. Not letting your mind run away with like worst case scenarios and spirals. Just bringing your center back to your heart, or bringing yourself back to center in your heart. And, your mind is allowed to be used as a tool to help you think through things, but we don't want it to run away with us like a wild horse. So overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. Yeah, that doesn't mean you never have to have friends again, or a mentor again, or whatever this represents in your life. It doesn't mean that you don't get that anymore. It just means that this, and even if you do want to keep the relationship, it's just maybe the dynamics within the relationship definitely need re-examined, especially where boundaries are concerned and receiving proper communication. Yes. Okay, so we're also gonna get a couple of self-care messages, because getting your power back, you're gonna have to take care of yourself, specifically pile 1, because self-love. So let's see some self-care for group 1 and getting their power back, helping get their power back for group 1. 2 cards, please, Spirit. Ooh, I want this one. Truth. We'll read it. Let's get one more. Anything else? Anything else, please, Spirit. And listen. All the Mercury. It's not all about just talking, because half communication is listening, which I didn't touch on until now, but yes. But I did kind of touch on it with listening to your own intuition, your own gut when something doesn't feel right. And I really do see that as being the highlight here. Listen to your body, listen to your gut instinct about any person, situation, whatever this represents for you. But let's start with the Truth card. Truth is different at different levels of consciousness. Reserve judgment. Yeah. But as you do this self-love and bring your power back to yourself, you will realize the truth about certain people, situations, things going on in your life. You will realize the truth. And you'll realize maybe there was just a lot of unconscious behavior going on, maybe both on your part and their part, but definitely on their part, where they were just doing what their ego wanted. This is a very ego card as well. But then with the Listen card, it says people start to heal the moment they feel heard. Yes, not feeling heard. Yes. I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point because we've already touched on all of this. But your best self-care is to listen to your own self and maybe even listen to the other person. But if it doesn't feel good to you or what they're asking of you invade your boundaries, That listening is actually serving your good as a tool to help you find what does feel better. Even if that looks like walking away for some of you. And I thought, what's more powerful in my arsenal of decks than a dragon? So we're gonna get our last little bit of guidance from this dragon oracle. How is group 1 getting their power back, please, Spirit? The orange dragon. So this is very sacral energy, very creative, sexual energy. So for some of you, this could deal with a sexual connection or union you've had with someone, or creative differences you've had with someone, or just, you know, again, feeling out of your own power, because that is where you create from, is your womb energy. And if someone has perceivably taken that womb creation energy away from you, you feel like you can't create the life that you want. Powerful. But call on that orange dragon as a spirit guide for you to help. Brings soul family and communities together. Excuse my voice. But this is about releasing the people, the connections, the relationships that don't serve you anymore, to then be able to make room for those new ones to come through. Spread belonging, warmth, and oneness. Bring people everywhere together. Yeah. And a lot of times, you know, there are certain toxic people, situations, whatever, that don't belong in this higher energy, this new truth that we've discovered. And it's okay to cut ties and release those things. For some of you, the connections and the community that you have is good. It's just maybe the communication has gone off the rails or is off kilter, or the boundaries need to be readdressed. It's not the community or the people or the person that you need to cut ties with, but the way that you're operating within the dynamic of the relationship. It's going to resonate different for each of you. But yes, I think that's all I'm seeing. Wow, what a reading. We've got at least probably about a half hour's worth of content here for you guys today. I hope it wasn't too much. I hope it didn't trigger you. I might put a bit of a trigger warning on the title of this, just so anyone who's just not ready to hear this message won't hear it. I already do put the intention that anyone that is meant for this message, it will find them, however that looks like. And hopefully if you heard this message, it was for you. If not, that's okay too. You can just click off and not take any of this into account. But please feel free to share below any of your stories, any comments, anything you want to share about what you've been going through, or how empowered you feel possibly moving forward. If this helped you in any way, or maybe even if it didn't, feel free. But as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you right here back at the Dunn Creative. Also on my live stream channel and my Patreon, which are both linked in the description below. And for personal readings, you can email me at amanda@dunnphotodesign.com. Link for that is also in the description. All right, you guys, bye. All right, group number 2, or those of you who selected the Pyrite, this is going to be your message of how to get your power back. And we have the Evil Queen card here with the number 2. So this, I really do want to say is a relationship, or where you're relating with other people. I mean, we got a lot of relationship stuff in group 1 as well. But yes, with this number 2 here, this Evil Queen card, you deserve sugar, not salt. This is you awakening to realize that you've been playing small, or that you have allowed someone to treat you like the villain or the bad guy, and maybe you have allowed yourself to feel like the villain or bad guy. Maybe you have actually been the villain or bad guy. Whatever resonates, because again, general reading going to be mass spectrum of different situations and scenarios here. But this is letting you know that even if you have messed up in the past, even if you have been the bad guy in the past, and you've beat yourself up, and you know you've struggled with self-love and all of that, that you still deserve love. You deserve love, not fear or hate or reprimanding and all of these things. Of course, we can apologize and face, you know, where we've been going wrong, but not holding that against ourselves for the rest of our lives, because it's like, you know, we serve that justice in our own lives by, you know, confronting anything we've been through and then moving on past it. Instead of continuing to beat ourselves up for something that happened 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, we need to remind ourselves that we are human. We do make mistakes. Maybe this other person made a mistake. If this mistake is so grave and bad that you can't look back, you don't want to have anything to do with them, then absolutely it's your prerogative to cut them out. But already I'm just seeing this as more as how you view yourself, or how you've neglected yourself, or allowed other people's views of you to color how you see yourself. And we're going to get more in this. Let's see. What is this really pertaining to? You know, really, for the most part, this is belief systems about others, but most specifically about yourself. Okay. How can group 2 get their power back, please, Spirit? The Eight of Cups. Knight of Cups. This is about loving energy. One more to really paint the picture here, how group 2 is getting their power back. Oh, and working together. 3 of Pentacles energy. Okay. Yeah, so some of you are trying to work things out in a love relationship. Wanting to, if you're not in contact or communication with them, you want to, or at the very least you want to energetically heal what has transpired between the two of you, so that you can move forward with your life. But others of you, this is about self-love and, you know, kind of feeling like you had to go it alone for so long. It's like you're carrying your own cup. No one's meeting you halfway and putting their cup up against yours like, okay, we got this, we're together. You may have felt very alone, very lonely, neglected, sad, abandoned, tossed aside. But this is letting you know how to get your power back is to put yourself out there again. I know. It sounds hard when you can wear your heart on your sleeve and get hurt time after time after time. But Spirit's showing me, like, you're hurting yourself more by thinking you have to go it alone and do these things alone rather than reaching out for help when you need help. And this help could look as simple as letting your guides and angels know, hey, I need help. I'm giving you permission to help me. Help me. You don't, always have to find some source outside of yourself, but I think for some of you, this is about finding someone that you can learn from. Some sort of mentor or a teacher, someone that knows better than you with what's going on in your life, a therapist, to help you through whatever emotionally scarred you or hurt you. For some of you, maybe it was that mentor or therapist that made things worse, or that is the cause of this. But that's just for like 2, maybe 3 people. Most of you, this is you getting back out there and finding someone to help you through anything that has been an emotional obstacle in your life, or you feeling like you were unworthy of love or devotion or just anything. But maybe for those select few of you I keep seeing pop up over here, that mentor made you feel that you were the evil one and you needed them to make you better, or they told you deserved things that you didn't, or they just were very negatively impacting your emotional state. And a lot of times when we're emotionally triggered, our body then becomes triggered. So you may have felt as a result of this person's actions toward you, or maybe even someone you've been working with. It doesn't have to be the teacher or the mentor. It could be someone at work, or someone you were working on a project with, a partner, someone you're connected together with to reach some sort of goal or commonality. You know, that could really resonate as like a coworker or a boss, a teacher, someone in your family, you know, because usually as family we work together to love each other. I said usually, not always. But yeah, you felt emotionally confused, I think at the very least, and it really impacted the way you viewed yourself, and you felt like, well, they're basically treating me or showing me or telling me I'm not good enough, so I must not be good enough. But you're moving through that. I really see Spirit stepping in to want to collaborate with you to help you move through that, to bring that self-love, that Ace of Cups, back online for you so that you can feel loved, supported, connected to your own higher self first and foremost, but then others outside of you. Connecting back to yourself on all levels, even the human, maybe even most specifically the human level. And knowing that that human level is still connected to Source, your higher self, your guides, your angels. You have that connection. It's never severed, even if we feel like it is, because we can feel like we are completely alone. Especially you guys have felt that way a lot. If it's not current, it's at least in the past you have felt that way. And if it's in the past, it's still somehow affecting your current life. Maybe trapped emotions or traumas or wounds that are still buried in your physical body or your auric field that are still making you believe that you're not good enough from something that happened 20 years ago. But I think for many of you, this is something that's going on right now, and that's why you felt called to this reading. Or at the very least, something going on right now is triggering those feelings from the past that you're now being asked to release. Feel them, heal them, deal with them, release. Let it go. Let it go. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. Letting go is hard. I mean, humans are great at holding grudges and holding on to past baggage. I mean, I'm guilty constantly still. Even as someone who's on a spiritual path, I still catch myself identifying with those victim roles that I used to play at times. We all can get that way, but, you know, feeling like a victim, feeling like you're the last one on the team that's picked to be on the team, or feeling left out in the cold, very Five of Pentacles energy as well. But Spirit's redirecting you to feel more integrated, more connected, more involved with those that you love and that you care about and that you're excited to work with, rather than feeling disconnected from those you don't want to work with. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a couple of these astrology cards to get us started. I think this is what the order, I'm trying to remember the order I did in group 1, but okay. For group 2 to get their power back, any advice? Oh, 2. There we go. Advice. Oh, 3. You guys get 3. You guys are something a little extra special. So we got the first house, which is your personality. This is you. The first house represents you. And this is all about arrival. And this person here is on the move. This person is alone. They're carrying their own cup that they're probably going to go fill up. They're filling their own cup with self-love. They're focusing their attention on themselves. That is not selfish. That is selfless. Because when we can get in touch with ourselves and take the utmost care of ourselves, of course we're going to want to take the utmost care of those outside of us, meaning other people as well. And then 5th house, passion. Bringing that passion, that emotional contentment and love. And, you know, there's 2 easels here where they are drawing and painting. So getting back in touch with your creative side, very sacral chakra energy, your creative sexual power. You know, maybe someone emotionally damaged you and you felt like you weren't creative, or the creation that you made wasn't good, or you feel like you don't deserve to be able to study something. For some of you, this could have to do with a program you're in, or like a university or a class where you don't feel good enough, or someone has made you question your worth. And yeah, there it is. There's that tension. The square, semi-square, quincunx energy. But I love that we've got the number 9 here. You're closing out the tension. You're moving through that tension and getting to the truth of the situation here. So we've got a 54. That adds up to 9. Closing out that old cycle. Passion, the number 43, which adds up to 7, which is about tuning into yourself. That's hermit energy. That's spiritual energy. Self-research, self-love, self-reflection. Creation, creativity is, you know, usually associated with the number 3, but also the number 7, because a lot of times we have to, you know, tune in and connect to our inner environments to really bring those beautiful, passionate emotions out. For some of you, this might be writing. Not riding like riding a horse, but writing like, you know, pen to paper, writing. Maybe someone told you, like, you know, you had a book idea or you wrote something and someone judged you about it, or they told you it wasn't good, or, oh, that's a stupid idea, and you believed them. Some of you never even started this endeavor because you believed what someone outside of you told you, and you felt, oh, I don't deserve. But you're arriving. You're on the move right now. You're arriving back to your passions. So some of you are picking up something you left on the burner, or someone told you, oh, don't worry, don't do that. You know, people will laugh at you. People will make fun of you. There is this element of fear, or feeling like you don't want to get called out, or you don't want to get laughed at or embarrassed. There's an element of shame here as well. Feeling ashamed to just show up as your emotional, true, and authentic self. But you're cutting this tension. How are they cutting it? Ooh, I want to know. I want to know all the things. Oh, and then we have the number 39 here, which that adds up to 12, which breaks down to 3, which again, the number 33 might be following you guys around. And it is a master number 33. But the number 3 on its own is about collaboration, communication, and also completion. 3 is a number of completion. 3 times 3 is 9, or 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9, completion. Sometimes the 3 completion is a kind of like almost checking a box off a to-do list rather than completely completing a goal. It's like a mini completion, picking up for you guys. But feeling accomplished. Maybe some of you, to get your power back, just need to start picking up that paintbrush again, picking up that pen again, or start typing that story out again. Facing any fears you have about your creative process, or any insecurities you have about your creativity will help bring you back into your power. And for some of you, creativity, we could take this literally with that womb energy, that sacral sexual energy. Maybe this involves a child, because 5th house also rules children. So some of you may have struggled with fertility issues. And if it's not like a physical child or, something to do with a child that you've struggled with, getting everybody on board or everybody to collaborate together, tension with your child, this just could be, something else we could give birth to would be a book, a painting, a creation. Anything we create, we are giving birth to it. So it doesn't have to be a physical child. Although for some of you, I do feel that this might have to do with your children or, fertility issues, conception issues. But if that doesn't resonate, that's only for some. But I'm seeing this more figuratively, or, birthing creations. Being able to face any insecurities or blocks you may feel you have to your creativity. All right. How else is... Nope, wrong deck. We're going to go in order that we did in group 1. Just picked it up randomly. Okay. All right, so group 2, getting their power back. What do they need to know about getting their power back, please, Spirit? Ooh, I'm in a dilemma. Okay, I want this one and the one on the bottom. You guys, Spirit just wants to give you all the cards. Okay, so more advice for group 2, getting their power back. Breathe through tension and tension. That word does not come up much. It's not like a word I see a lot on my different oracle cards. So the fact you've gotten it twice in one reading, there's a lot of tension here. Maybe a lot of tension has built up in your 1st house, your body, your personality, yourself, your belief systems. And that tension is actually going to serve you because it's going to let you know you're out of alignment with what your truth is. What's true is that you do not deserve beating yourself up all the time. You deserve love, you deserve care, you deserve comfort, and that connection that you're seeking. That's what you really deserve. So you're breathing through the tension. So let's just breathe. Let's just do a quick little breathing exercise right now. Okay, ready? We're going to do just 2. If you feel the need to do more, pause and continue on. But yeah, so let's just do 2. Let's just do it together. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, ready? As full as you can feel yourself, and then release as much as you can. So, okay, here we go. One more. Okay, did that help? I know that tension, it can build up in our neck, our shoulders, our back, our chest, our head. Tension headaches, knots in our muscles. I'm even seeing leg pains for some of you, cramps in your legs, aches in your legs. This is tension built up in your body that you're being asked to move through. You want to move through that. Okay. We also have 1st quarter moon in Gemini, speak your world into being. Yeah, you guys are the master creator of your lives. And I think some of you have forgotten you are allowed not only to pick up that paintbrush and co-create your life with the universe, but that you deserve to. Like, it's your birthright. It is your birthright to create your world. So speak your world into being. Some of you, maybe if you want to pause the video right now and speak into being what you want to be your reality, feel free to do that if you want to pause it. But this is about you reconnecting with that inner self and, weeding out all those limiting and false beliefs that just aren't true. That you're not good enough, you don't deserve. It's such a theme with you guys. Coming back to center with yourself and loving yourself. So powerful. All right, let's get some relationship advice. If anyone is dealing with a partner or someone else, another situation, a group of people, for group 2, any words of advice in dealing with other people that are connected to anything that is making group 2 feel like they don't have their power, and how they can get their power back. Cleansing, yes. You're cleaning house. You're removing things. So feeling bogged down by the weight of 1,000 thoughts, feelings, boxes of mystery objects lurking in your closets, consider this a prescription to clean house. Mentally, physically, literally, figuratively, and anything else that applies adverbally. It's hard to make room for new connections and experiences when every bit of your emotional space is cluttered with psychic bric-a-brac. So enjoy a major guilt-free flush out, and not to worry, you can always find new psychic bric-a-brac in a metaphorical clutter section of Craigslist. Yes, some of you are cutting ties with emotional energy, people, situations, emotions that just aren't serving where you're going. You're cleaning house, cord cutting, cleansing your energy, your aura. Maybe some of you physically want to clean your house. That can help you feel more in your power and more in control of your life. Because a lot of times when my house is cluttered, which is usually more often than not, I start to feel a little out of control. I just feel the need to breathe through it with you guys. All right, one more word of advice with these relationships that are keeping group 2 from feeling in their own power. And then wait and see. It's funny because not all the cards are like this. Many of them are the little cartoony guys. There's a handful of these kind of more colored cards. But to me, it almost feels like these bonus cards are like heavy hitter energies. So let's read the wait and see. Thoughts love to wander into assumptions and race ahead into the future. But what if I told them to cool their jets and chill a sec? Today you get to put your mental chatter on pause, take a breath, there we go, take a breath, and simply wait and see how things play out before you let your mind run a marathon of imagined scenarios. Wait, and you'll see that waiting and seeing was a lot more productive than wondering and worrying. Insert audible sigh of relief here. That's what we've been doing, just breathing and sighing with relief and just taking those breaths. Breathing through the tension. Breath, your connection to your breath, that is your life force energy. And it also puts you in the now moment when you do breathing exercises, breath work, connecting to your breath. It puts you in the now moment, which if you're new here, let me just say, I always say on my channel that your breath will connect you to the now moment. And that now moment is the only moment in the creation of ever history that you have any power in. You don't have any power over the past or any power over the future, but you do have power over what's happening right now. Right now. You only have power in the now moment. So one of the best ways to get your little butt centered right in the now moment and get present in your life where you can take your power back is to breathe. Connect to your breath. Put both your hands on your chest. Feel that heart beating underneath your ribs and breathe. And then when you speak your world into being, when you have your hands on your chest, you can feel the reverberation or the vibration of those words emanating inside your chest. It's such a cool feeling. Even feeling your throat, that's even more powerful. But one hand on your throat, one hand on your heart, you can feel those words vibrating against your hands. That's power, guys. That is energy in motion. You are speaking something into creation because words are energy as well. But some of you need to kind of pull back, pause, take a minute to breathe and really kind of evaluate what's just going on here. What is going on? But instead of speculating and worrying and assuming, you're just connecting, because a lot of those scenarios that run in our heads aren't even true. We think we know, but usually we don't. This is about putting that on pause and just waiting and seeing. That's going to be more productive than that wondering and worrying that this card is talking about. So let's go ahead and get ourselves some surrender messages, because half the battle of, I think, getting back into our own power is that we have to release something or, find that point of resistance. Where is it we should be surrendering to bring that energy and allow it to flow right on in. And we do have a river here. It's very slow moving, but it's almost like you breathing will help get that river flowing again in your life. And we've got a flowing river. It's like a continuation. Look at this. Continuation in both of these cards of the flowing river. Okay. Maybe sitting next to water or a flowing river or the ocean, any kind of water that's in motion will be really beneficial. Even if it's just your fish tank, aquarium at home, and there's just a little filter kind of trickling the water down, that's still valid. Even you running a bath or a shower, still valid. Okay. Where can group 2 surrender? Where can group 2 surrender to bring their power back or bring their power to the forefront? I want these two. Okay, what do we got? Let's have it, Spirit. Let's have it. Surrender your ego. Yeah, and it's a lot of times our ego that's telling us we don't deserve X, Y, or Z, or that we're not good enough, or no one should love us. Look at us, we're disgusting. You know, our ego can really, you know, worry and let things wander. That's a lot of ego involved. But it says here, cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. Yes, this is all about getting back in the heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then we have here, surrender to your soul's path. And that's what this person here is. You know, this is someone on the path that is emotionally fulfilling to them. And the path in life for all of us that is the most emotionally fulfilling to us is our soul's path. So let's check in and tune into what this one says. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. Yeah, there's that word about moment. This is about getting present. There's a lot about getting back in connection with the present moment. So getting present in your own life, not distracting yourself with all your to-dos and, you know, TV shows and, you know, anything that we use to distract ourselves. And getting quiet. Getting a little bit quiet and a little bit or a lot bit contemplative here to really hear that voice of our soul, hear that voice of our spirit, let it come through. All right, let's get 2 of our self-care messages for group 2, how they can take care of themselves while they get their power back. All right, this one wants to come out. Action. It's funny because we were just talking about stillness, but they're telling us that after this stillness, we will get that action that we're seeking. We will move because we were on the move, but sometimes there just needs to be moments of pause. It's all about balance, finding the balance between when to rest, when to move forward, when to stop, when to go. We have your baby steps are still steps, and they're better than standing still, which is, again, interesting with these other messages about being still, about being present. It's about finding the balance, okay? And let's get one more word of advice from Spirit. It's kind of a after this, then that kind of vibe. And then we have happiness, which this is interesting because this is kind of how I was reading the energy at the beginning, is just feeling very lonely, very undeserving, very unworthy, very left out. But here on the flip side, you have the ability to tune into that happiness. It says your thinking will either make your happiness or take your happiness. You choose. Yes. Staying in a healthy mindset, not allowing that ego to just take you on a ride mentally, but tuning into that higher thinking. Of course, guys, we are still human and we are still triggered by past events. And when those past events come up, or feelings from those events, even if we can't point to why we feel the way we feel, it's not only our you know, I don't know, in our best good, but it's our responsibility to face and feel anything we're feeling. Because emotions are gifts, really. A lot of times we don't want to feel those bad ones, but the good ones, they're okay. Come on in. It's almost like a bouncer at the door. VIPs only. You're not hot enough. Get out of here. Like, Spirit, why? Spirit, why? So funny. I have chills now. So Spirit's saying bring some sense of humor back into your life. You guys have felt very melancholy, a lot of you. And me just being funny, Spirit showing me that, and then me saying it, and then me kind of calling Spirit out for being funny. They're saying, yes, do it. Be funny. Laugh. Not to make fun of yourself, but to help you move through it. Laughter can really, really raise the bar on your vibration instantly. Instantly. So if there's something, or, you know, think of it this way. This is funny. Spirit's now showing me, like, me and my brother and sister around my grandma's dinner table. And we would, I mean, not that anything was actually even funny, but like we would just feel like laughing, and we knew like it, you know, it wasn't okay to laugh, and my grandma would get really mad at us if we laughed, and like just knowing it's an inappropriate time to laugh like makes you want to laugh harder. And you know, not even words don't even need to be exchanged. It's like a look, you know, I don't know, what are these called? Like a emotion, a gesture could just completely put us over the edge. So just think of those times like you just had to really hold back that laughter, how difficult that was. When you let it flow, oh man, it just opens you up. It opens your heart space. So bring some more happiness into your life. I know it's easier said than done, but a lot of times when we face a lot of these wounds and baggages from our past and we clean house on those heavy energies, we can be more buoyant and come to the surface of our own lives and just rejoice and sing and dance and play and be happy and have fun and laugh. I think, oh, my heart just like jumped, like my heart, like it, almost like that really heavy, like it skipped a beat almost kind of thing, like, but it jumped. Wow. Yeah. We got some powerful messages already, but I figured, you know, looking through my arsenal of cards on my shelf over there, I was like, what is a powerful card deck? And I thought, what's more powerful than the dragon? So let's get some word of advice from the dragon, or how you can embody this dragon energy to really step you back into your power. And I just saw like Archangel Michael bringing his sword to the table. Like, that's how I feel about this. Like, you guys just bringing that sword to cut through all the BS, belief systems, and, you know, the other thing BS stands for, cutting through that in your life, cleaning it out, clearing it out, and tuning into the truth of who you are. All right. So bring that sword of truth is what Archangel Michael just told me. And you guys have the fire dragon. Wow. That is so powerful because that's transmuting that energy. Because a fire dragon burns up the lower energies around you. You are safe and protected. Be determined and inspired. Clear your soul pathway. You guys have two major synchronicities here. You got tension and tension, soul path and soul pathway. My mind is blown. What about you? Because my mind is blown, and I'm so glad that I shuffled on camera. I love that. That is just double confirmation with a lot of what's going on here. That you have the power. You have the power! He-Man with his sword. I have the power! And hey, He-Man's making a comeback. I went to Target with my kids the other day, and they were spending some long overdue Christmas money from a friend, and oh my goodness, He-Man is back. I saw the action figures, Skeletor and all. So cool. But yes, you guys are burning up those lower energies around you. You're cleansing them. Maybe some of you are cleansing with sage or candles or some sort of ritual where you are not like going and burning anyone or anything, but like, you know, writing letters and things you want to leave behind and then burning them in a safe way, in a safe place. But yeah, this is what I'm seeing for you, Group 2. Wow, we really went in. You guys are powerful. You're masterful. You've got this. You are overcoming the lies that your ego has told you about you not deserving love or the life that you want, because you are going to speak your world into being. You're going to reconnect with that sacral chakra, which fire vibes, what? Reconnect with that sacral chakra and really bring your creations to life. That is what you're going to do when you bring your power back. You guys, thank you so much. Please feel free to share any comments, any questions below. Share your stories. I always love to hear from you guys. And as always, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you right here back at the Dunn Creative, also over my live stream channel and my Patreon. Links for both of those can be found in the description below. And also, if you are interested in booking a personal reading with me, you can email me at amanda@dunnphotodesign.com. That link is also in the description. All right, you guys, bye. All right, group number 3 are those of you who selected the Moldavite, the powerful, mysterious Moldavite. This is going to be your message for how to get your power back. And we have the number 44, master number. So before we even read what's going on here, just letting you know, Spirit has your back. Spirit is helping you. Spirit is, you know, I always look at the number 4 as like a foundational energy. And a lot of times when we build our lives on a faulty foundation, you know, it doesn't take a whole lot for that to come crashing down. Anything that is built on truth, love, authenticity, our soul path, Nothing could crash that down because that is authentic, it's genuine, it's real. So already out of the gate, you guys have a lot of spiritual helpers, protectors, guides, and even people in your life that want to help you through whatever you are going through currently or have in the past that has made you feel out of your own power. Because this is the storm card. Every hurricane comes to an end. So you are closing out something that has been very toxic, very difficult for your life. The storm card. So every hurricane comes to an end. So some of you may have actually been through a physical hurricane. I mean, that could be valid. I don't see that for most of you. That's just maybe one person that it really did destroy a lot of your life in some way. Maybe your home was destroyed or something. Or some other storm. It could be an element, lightning, fire, wind, anything like that, where something was destroyed or taken away from you. Could even be like spiritually speaking, or like could even be like energetically speaking. But it's like she's holding her crown on tight. Like she knows, okay, I gotta not lose my head over this, is what I'm hearing. I gotta keep my wits about myself. I gotta keep that crown held high and insecure. Like, you know, securely hold that crown in place to remind yourself you are that king, you are that queen. You are the ruler. You are the authority of your life, not someone else. So already, I'm letting you guys know, wherever you've been feeling powerless or out of control in your life, you're coming back online, friends. You're coming back online. You're going to be able to put yourself in that driver's seat of your life once again. Those of you who feel completely powerless, lost currently, I really feel this is going to resonate with you guys a lot right now. But those who've already been through things and maybe you feel, oh, maybe a little bit of my power, this may not hit as hard, but I think there's still definitely going to be some valid messages for you guys. But those who are currently going through a struggle or a triggering event or a situation where you feel out of control or lost or out of your power or confused in some way about something going on in your life, we're going to get the real tea and help you bring that power back to yourself. So let's go in with some tarot. All right, for group 3, my wonderful group 3s, hello, I hope you're doing well. Some of you may not be, but I still hope the best for you. All right, how can they get their power back? What's going on with their power feeling taken away? Let's get one more. One more, please, Spirit. Group 3, to get their power back. Ooh, this one definitely, this came out in the same position in group 1. 10, okay, oh my goodness, you guys. We didn't even need the tarot because I was already tuning into the fact that, yes, you are making things happen. You will build something new with a solid foundation. If you don't feel you have that now, don't worry. It's coming for you. You are going toward it. It's not like you just wait around and things happen. You're taking action. You are on the move. She's just jumping or stepping into this puddle of water here. Water is emotion. Some of you are very emotional, or your emotions have been up and down in a roller coaster and every which way but sideways. But that cycle, whatever you're dealing with, is coming to an end very soon. Either you're completely cutting ties and walking away, or you are taking control of the situation, taking control of your own, I guess, embodiment within the situation, and speaking from your higher authority, or using your higher self to come forward and communicate. You're getting your power back. Some of you, this might have to do with family, or like soul family, people you've had past lives with. And 10 of Cups, I'm really getting the vibe that there might be, if this is not in your family, this might be a soulmate or a soul family member that you're like, ooh, I don't want that person to be my soulmate, but like on a soul level, this person actually signed up to help trigger you into embodying more of your higher self, even if they're going about it in a completely backwards way to where they actually inspire you to be the one taking action. But some of you may have hired someone or entrusted someone, taken a course, taken a class where you were expecting someone to teach you something, but it's not like they were teaching you because, you got excited. You're like, wow, this is exactly what I need in my life. You signed up, you started doing it, and you realize this is not at all what I signed up for. This is nope, big no, big no. That's one way we can learn. And sometimes those hard lessons are the best way a lot of us learn, right? So I'm seeing that being the case for some of you, where you felt completely out of control of your own life. Maybe someone was telling you you need to do X, Y, and Z, and you're just like, no, that doesn't feel good in my body. I have a stomach ache when you say that. When you tell me these things, it doesn't feel good. But my goodness, the support you guys have, not just from spirit, but like there are people in your life that are supporting you through this. You might have a close friend or a family member, or for some of you, maybe it is a mentor or someone you really look up to as an authority, but it's not like you put them in the driver's seat and let them lord over your life. But they are possibly helping some of you through this situation that it may not be like dealing with family or dealing with someone that you are paying or you signed up to experience, or a work situation. I mean, this is really running the gamut for me, for you guys. So only take what resonates, but you have a lot of support here. And the Ace of Wands is a new beginning. So the 44, I know I don't like to break down those wonderful, masterful master numbers because they are so powerful on their own, but if you add 4 plus 4, that equals 8, which is about taking action. She is mid-action. She is like, I am outie, I am going, we are on the move, this is not good, I'm holding on to what I know is best for me and what is right. You guys have been getting, she's holding her crown chakra. You guys have been getting downloads from spirit to tell you to move in a new direction. And I think some of you have gotten the memo, or are very soon getting the memo that, yeah, that thing over there is not right for me. For some of you, it could be toxic family members you're walking away from, a boss, a work situation. Maybe you're the one running a business and it's a client. Again, going back to like you're paying someone for a service and they went really off the rails with it. It's just not what you expected. The spirit is inspiring you to move in a direction that is meant for you. But spirit really is highlighting anything you guys have gone through where you felt your power was taken away. These were actually very, very valuable lessons for you to learn. Even if you learned the hard way by losing money or feeling defeated or triggered, or you just really can't stand the people you were working with or dealing with in this case, you still have learned a lot. And you may not feel it or know it or are able to wrap your head around it right now, but very soon you will see why you had to go through whatever it is that's making you feel powerless right now to get you into your full power, into your full sovereignty and authority in your own life. Drop the mic, spirit. Yeah, spirit is really coming through. And now my throat, I mean, obviously, I've had COVID the last few weeks or so. I'm sure it's gone now, but I'm residual effects. So like my throat gets kind of raspy here and there and I gotta clear it, and there's a lot of phlegm and, TMI, gross stuff. But some of you may have felt like you're not allowed to communicate. And we really, we really tuned into that similar energy with group 1. So I don't know if you guys were really tossed between groups 1 and 3. But if you were and you didn't watch one, treasure trove of information if you want. I know it would probably be a lot with watching this long reading and that long reading, but pace yourself. If you want to save this for later and go back, feel free. I'm already seeing some very similar threads with group 1. Specifically too, because group 1 got this card in the same spot. Yeah, I'm just feeling such a heavy energy, with the hurricane. That's very scary, the storm energy. And sometimes, but not always, sometimes storms just kind of come out of nowhere or out of the blue, or there's not a whole lot of advanced warning. So maybe this is something that you had no warning of. It just happened and you're just left reeling like, what? WTF? What is going on here? What happened? What? I'm so confused right now. Someone literally ripping the rug out from under you. That's the vibe I feel. And just like we picked up in group 1, like this tightening in your stomach, this, tightening in your head, your shoulders, just feeling very dense energy when you're dealing with specific people or having to go to that toxic job or that situation that's making you feel powerless, whatever it is, relationship. It's heavy energy. It doesn't feel good in your physical body. So here's an exercise I want you guys to do. If you are feeling triggered by whatever it is that's causing you to feel out of your power, jump up and down, scream, run, get your body in motion Coughing is a really good way to clear energy, especially where you feel like stifled or you can't speak your truth. We're going to go in now with some oracle cards to get some further guidance on you guys, group 3, getting your power back. Ooh, we got 2 right there. What do we got for group 2? 3, group 3. We've got, oh my goodness, we've got Virgo, digest, and we've got Aries, act. Okay, you guys are the only ones that have gotten astrological signs from this deck. That's very powerful. And one very powerful sign is the sign of Aries. It's the new beginning. It's the beginning of the zodiac. And that Aries, it moves. It's on the move. It starts. It's a starter. It's, the Emperor energy in tarot. The authority. Success in being your own authority figure. Aries, you are acting. You are acting. She is mid-action right here, right now. And that Ace of Wands, you're being inspired by spirit. And, Aries is also a fire sign. You're bringing this fire, but you're also grounding it with this earth energy of Virgo. This is about digestion. Like I was saying, your stomach feeling really tight. A lot of times when our bodies physically react to something we're going through, it can cause digestive issues. I went through something the other day where I literally was vomiting because I was dealing with some toxicity in my life, and it just didn't feel good, and my body literally is like, let's get this out, let's purge this right on out of here. I know it's TMI, but I've been ill, I've been sick, but it's a lot. It really makes you feel all constricted, and like your digestion just kind of slows down or maybe speeds up for some. Things feel stuck or stagnant, but this is about you getting things moving again, getting things flowing, not ralphing up your breakfast because you're feeling triggered. There's a lot going on here. So you guys may have physically felt whatever it is that's making you feel out of your power. You may have felt it in your physical body when you felt out of your own control, out of your own power. Whew. I've had to do lots of breathing in like all 3 piles. And I did this exercise in group 2, but we're going to do it for you guys too. And I've done this in many times here on my channel, but we're just going to do 2 deep breaths in through our nose, out through our mouth, and kind of pause in between the breathe in and the breathe out just to kind of give it a minute. Not a whole minute, but like 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Okay, so we're going to do 2. We're going to start right now. Ready? In through your nose. Hold it. Out through your mouth. Okay, one more. In through the nose. I feel better. Do you? Yeah, because a lot of the emotional triggers and, us feeling out of our own power, it can really, make it not feel so good in our bodies. So we're moving that energy that might be kind of trapped or the tension that's been caused. We're letting it get on the move again. It's like taking an energetic laxative. I know. So funny. Okay, what else are we needing to know about group 3 getting their power back, please, Spirit? Any words of advice, wisdom? Please enlighten us, Spirit. There's one. Let's get one more for group 3 getting their power back. Okay, I know it's like this one right there. Okay. Let's see what we got. So first we have leave the past behind. She is literally looking back but running forward. So it's almost like she's, about ready to turn her head and just take a mad dash into the future. And of course Aries, if we kind of, mirror that. So it's like he's just charging ahead into the future and, leaving that past behind. A lot of times though, the past leaves things behind in our bodies and in our auras and our energetic fields. So a lot of times we still have to face the past, even if we're trying to leave it behind, when it comes up to release emotions, traumas, wounds, things from the past that have happened to us that energetically are still very much present and affecting us in our day-to-day lives. So it's not like we can just run away from this past. It's us having to feel it, heal it, deal with it, release it, and move through the past. But I think for some of you, you need to leave a location, a job, a relationship. It's kind of like emergency vibes. Like, let's just get out of Dodge And then we'll deal with the like emotional and energetic fallout of whatever that thing in my life caused that I just left behind. We'll deal with that in a little bit. But like right now, for some of you, this is get out of Dodge. Get on the move. Get forward. Get out of that toxic relationship or situation, location. Get out of it. Move away from it. Remove yourself. Sorry, I'm like stumbling over my words. Like, yeah, for some of you, this does have to deal with communication or not feeling like you can say. It's almost like you're being strangled. Maybe, trigger warning, maybe someone actually did put their hands on you. And this is saying, get out. It will only get worse. Get out. This is you getting your power back by listening to that inner voice that's saying, get out, get out, get out. I'm almost scared. No, I'm not. I'm not really scared, but like, let's just see. Spirit, bring it. Yes! Mic drop. Honor your feelings. Literally, if your body is feeling this, get out. Get out. Go. Move forward. And honor your feelings, like I was just saying. Gotta feel it, to heal it, to deal with it, to release it. But sometimes we gotta, get into emergency mode and take ourselves out of a situation before we can then face said situation. I see someone might have had a abusive or toxic relationship with an ex. And, even if it was a while ago, you're still dealing with the emotions and the fallout. And when something new happens, it triggers those old emotions. And you may even compare this person or situation that is triggering you in the moment to something that happened in your past or someone from your past. Like, oh, that person's acting just like so-and-so used to before I left or before whatever. Honor your feelings, you guys. Honor that, because that is spirit speaking to you to do what is best for you, to remove yourself from these situations that are taking your power from you or, perceivably taking your power away from you, because you deserve to be in your own authenticity, your own sovereignty, and your own power and control of your own life. Okay, it's getting hot in here and heavy in here. All right, let's see. Next deck, we've got, is this the one yeah, okay. I'm trying to go in the same order I went in all the other groups. So, this is the surrender deck. And a lot of times to move from where we are to where we want to be, sometimes there's something we have to let go of or surrender. So we're going to tune into this surrender deck and see what it is that Spirit is calling you to surrender so that you can step into your full power. All right, bring it on, Spirit. Bring on the synchronicities. Bring on the powerful synchronicities. I can feel it already. What is it? I'm so excited. Surrender stress. This also came out in group 1. So very tied. 2 cards. Very similar energy. But you have 2 cards that came out in also group 1. So group 1 also has additional messages if you haven't checked it out. Like, I'm just going to say it. But surrender stress. Take a few deep breaths and exhale. We already did that. Thanks, Spirit. I knew the synchronicities. Now the crown tingles come in. Of course, you're group 3. You would not disappoint me. You guys know this. Like, you just never cease to amaze me, group 3. Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you've built up in your body. Sorry, I'm just doing like a yes. Let the stress go as you come back to your center. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Do I even need to elaborate? We've already been talking about this. And then surrender your attachment to results. So the formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen. You're doing all you can to make things happen. And then let go. Let it go. Yes, you're releasing the result. You're doing what you know is right in the moment you're acting, and then releasing whatever the result is. Because holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. If I could put words in the right order. So, of course, when we have a desire to move away from something, I think it's valid that we do move in that direction, at least for what's going on with you guys here, but sometimes our desire to get out of a situation sometimes can lock us into it even deeper because we want out of it so badly. We're resisting it so badly that it's just burning us. We got all this fire energy here. It's burning us. So we don't want to sabotage ourselves. We want to make this cycle come to an end, leaving the past behind. Every hurricane comes to an end. But we're going to do it by honoring our feelings and acting on those feelings and those inspirations coming in from spirit. And where's it leading us? To complete emotional fulfillment, feeling in our sovereign power and feeling okay in our own bodies and in the connections and locations and situations that we are in. That's what you're going to fully embody when you can bring your power back. Wow, you guys. Of course you're group 3, so like, we know these things about group 3. Okay, let's get some self-care messages. No, I lied. First, we're going to get some relationship affirmator messages. No, I lied. This was what we did first. I'm trying to go in the same order and then I confuse myself. Okay, self-care messages and then relationship messages, and then we will finish off with the dragon message. Okay, so self-care messages for helping group 3 bring their power back. One more. Ooh, you guys get 3 total. So the first one we have here is, oh my god, yes queens, yes kings, you are bringing sexy back. You're bringing your power back. You're no longer playing by everyone else's rules. You're playing by spirit's rules, by your own soul's rules. Because I think a lot of where you're leaving behind, or who and what you're leaving behind, it doesn't feel good because they are trying to stifle your voice, stifle your power, stifle your energy, and you deserve to shine your full light. There's someone threatened here. There's someone with an ego that's really arriving before they do, that's involved here, that you are leaving behind. The ability to suck it up is not a superpower. Yes! Saying no is your own superpower. Yeah. And maybe you have sucked this up, like, if I can just make it another day, if I could just make it to closing time, if I could just make it. There is no more faking it till you make it here. Saying no is your own power. Own your power. So some of you are having to say no to a situation, a person, a job, a location, something that is stifling your life force energy, taking your power from you, or, perceivably. But you are saying no, and you are owning your power by saying no. Not today, sis. Not today. Not today. And what else? Self and calm. Yes. I just heard calm after the storm. Yes, exactly. You're leaving this storm. It's coming to an end, and this is what you're getting. Let's drop that mic again. Oh my gosh. Okay. A breakdown is often followed by a breakthrough. Remain calm. Of course, when you're in the middle of a breakdown, when you're being triggered, what is the worst thing you could tell someone who's being triggered, who's charging full force ahead with that angry passion behind it? Oh, just calm down. Just calm down. Everything's gonna be fine. I don't think so. So allow yourself to be in the storm of whatever's going on. Don't try to calm yourself in the moment. If you're out of control, which I think some of us feel that way who have selected this pile, if you're out of control, it is best to get yourself calmed down before you do charge ahead and retaliate against someone or whatever. So this is almost like pausing before you charge ahead with them. But if this is getting yourself to safety, of course, full steam ahead. Get the heck out of Dodge, get out of there yesterday. But as far as if someone lashed out at you and you want to lash out back, or there's a lot of back and forth in emails and texts and whatever, and you just want to word vomit everything that they've done and said, and just how dare you, and this is taking a step back to reflect before you say something you don't mean or give them too much power by divulging too much information. It's going to resonate differently for each of you, but a breakdown is often followed by a breakthrough. Remain calm. This is helping you remain calm in your body. Of course, when these feelings come up, like the stomach ache, the headache, the tension, when you are, in battle with someone or in the midst of being triggered, I can't remember if it was you guys or group 2 when I talked about an exercise you can do to get yourself to move that energy through your body. I think it was the prior group, so I'm going to just go ahead real quick and say jumping up and down, getting that energy moving, running, just going at a full-on sprint. Of course, if you're in somewhere where there's ice, be careful. I mean, where I'm at right now, I couldn't just go full sprint down my road because it's covered in ice. So be safe about your physical activities to get this energy flowing. Scream, cry, bring these emotions up and out, or down and through into Mother Earth if you want to. I mean, she's barefoot. So I'm either getting that she's grounding herself to nature as she makes these changes, or she was caught off guard by this energy so much that she didn't even have time to grab shoes and run out the door. It's a very Seven of Wands energy, feeling like you have to, in the Seven of Wands, the traditional Rider-Waite depiction, the guy's wearing 2 different shoes, like a boot and a shoe. And I always call the Seven of Wands for that reason my house fire card. It's like, the house was on fire, I had to hurry and put on the first 2 shoes I could find just to get myself out of here. She didn't even have time to do that. This was blindside. This was out of nowhere. That whatever you're going through that took or perceivably took your power away or made you feel helpless, it almost came out of nowhere. Or maybe there were red flags, but you're just trying to talk yourself out of those red flags because, I think this is for my highest good. I mean, on paper, this whole thing sounds great, but like in action, it doesn't feel good and it's gross. So many of you feel this way. Wow. Then we have the Self card. She's unfree. The symbolism in this picture. She's freeing herself from the cage. She's realizing that it wasn't that person that put me in the cage. It wasn't that situation that put me in the cage. It was me giving or perceivably giving my power to that situation or that person that made me feel caged or helpless or powerless. But guess what, guys? Doors open, hearts are flying, I am out. I am rising above. Because to me, it's almost like she's going to pick up and float away. It's like she's just going to follow these little hearts floating above her and just float right on out of that 3D timeline of whatever's going on. But let's read the Self card. If beating yourself up worked, you'd be thin, rich, and happy. Try loving yourself instead. Absolutely. The way back to your power is self-love. And again, hello, group 1 vibes? I'm group 1, guys. They're tied. They are twin flames. Group 3 and group 1 are twin flames in this reading, so you can't have one without the other. Of course, if you're like, yeah, I'm not watching another half-hour reading from you, Amanda, I get it. That's great, cool. I'm totally okay with that. But those of you who want more guidance here, it can be found in group 1, for show. For show. It's there for show. Woo, I'm having too much fun. I'm gonna actually restart my camera real quick before it goes over. Okay, now we're going into the love and relationship affirmators. So this will just be any words of advice to get our power back while dealing with other people, the relationships in our lives, or any people that you're perceivably wrapped up in this powerless feeling with, or that you feel have taken your power, or that you've given them your power. This will reflect some advice on how to deal and move through it. All right. Let's have it, Spirit. You guys are extra magical for group 3, and I love it. This one wants to come out. Independence, yes. You are flying the coop. You are on your way. And for those of you who are in a relationship that you don't want to leave the relationship, let's just put this out there that you don't have to leave the relationship if that doesn't feel right to you, but leaving behind the toxic cycles, loops, and ways you've operated within that relationship that are no longer serving where you're elevating to, that is the word of advice. Not having to leave the relationship. But let's read the independence card. I embrace total independence, and I see how empowering, there's that word again, power, that is. Even when I'm in a relationship, I can still be independent by meeting my own needs and creating my own happiness. When I do that, I'm the fullest version of myself, and I have much more me to give without needing pieces of me in return. Mic drop. Yes. So for some of you, this is just regaining your independence and combating some codependent issues within a relationship or situation. It's okay to be interdependent, but codependent is toxic, and even if we are the one giving, still toxic for us, right? Good for them, toxic for us. So this is about finding the balance in the relationships and not just having one be the giver, one be the receiver, or you always feeling like you're giving your power to this person. This is you becoming independent and interdependent with this person, or for some of you, you're completely cutting ties with them, so it's okay to completely be that independent king or queen that you are and go off on your merry way. But let's get another word of advice from Spirit, please, on how to deal with any relationships that are in the mix of this. Initiative. This is movement. This is action. Act. Moving forward, taking action on an inspired idea. Oh, no, I did. I'm thinking for a second I forgot that deck, but no, I already used that one. Okay, good. We're good. Disregard. Initiative. Step right up. You're being awarded a boost of initiative. This potent potion will give you a gusto that you need to move your life in a previously unexplored direction. If you're in a relationship, then it's time to take initiative and make some interesting plans for you and your partner. If you're not in one, it's time to reach out to old friends, go on adventures, and potentially meet some new cohorts, new friends. Either way, this great journey is beginning with one small step, and this one under here too, or one short text, or whatever. I'm not the boss of you. You're darn right you're not. You're darn right you're not. We're the boss of us. Group 3 is the boss of Group 3, not you. You gotta bring some humor. But yes, this is about exploring, being more playful and fun and creative and active and not just wallowing around. Because I know we can all get in that melancholy state where we don't feel good enough. And, now I'm getting a little bit of Group 2 vibes going on. But yeah, you guys are just taking initiative, taking steps that you're divinely inspired or guided to take in the direction that feels much more supportive and better for you, to free yourself, to bring your power back to you, because it's yours, not theirs. Yes. Okay. And the last but not least card we're getting is, I just asked myself before the reading, I'm just kind of scanning my shelves, telling Spirit to direct me to a very powerful, how we can embody this power again, deck. And they pointed me to the Dragon deck. Dragon Oracle deck. So yes, powerful dragon energy coming in hot. So what do we have? For Group 3, how to embody their power in full capacity, bringing their power completely back online to them. We've got the Water Dragon. I love this. Let's see. Helps you flow easily around obstacles. Yes, that is what we need here. That is what we dream of here. Calming things, honoring our feelings, because there's been a lot with feelings with you guys. So the fact you get the Water Dragon, water, emotion, feeling, it's all connected. So Christ's light and love are flowing. Develop your psychic abilities and go with the flow. You're being asked to flow though. Remember, from here, you're flowing in a new direction, or one that feels more adventurous, more exciting, one that, empowers you. We got that word empower over here. One that empowers you. That's where you're flowing. And this will help you from now on be able to see those obstacles coming a mile away. It's almost like you've got that BS detector or that lie detector or that radar that's letting you know, hey, there's a red flag ahead. Let's loom around it so we don't have to be stuck and caught up in that energy. What that's really saying here is you are learning some valuable, amazing, immaculate lessons from whatever you're going through. Even if it feels gross right now, you guys, you are learning a lot about yourself and how you allow others to treat you, how you treat yourself, what you allow, what you won't allow, people-pleasing, codependency. You're learning a lot here. And this is the opposite of a codependent card right here. This is stepping into your full sovereignty, your full power, a new beginning, inspired by Spirit, inspired by your own higher self, to free yourself from anything that is making you feel powerless or helpless. And if you don't want to leave the people or the situation, at least freeing the energy or the cycles or loops within that relationship or situation that are making you feel powerless, to help you show up as a more independent and empowered version of yourself in the situation. But some of you are just straight walking. You're walking. No, it's run, don't walk. For some of you, it's run, don't walk. All right, you guys, I try to, allow some humor to come through, because when we are doing these heavier, more triggering readings, I really do think laughter is the best medicine, and, just getting in touch and in tune with ourselves, just, being more playful, allowing ourselves to feel whatever we're feeling. These are going to be the ways we move through anything that doesn't feel good. And of course, if there's an emergency situation you are going through, please remove yourself from any toxic relationships or dangerous situations that you are in. Please get out yesterday. Call on your guides and angels to get you out and to support you moving forward, because even if you're thinking, well, how am I going to pay? I'm not going to be able to afford rent. I don't know where to go. I don't have anyone. just putting it out to the universe, you need help, and you're open and willing and ready to receive that help, you will see doors open where there were walls before. Please believe me on that. I got major chills coming in now. I think for some of you, you just need this quick little pep talk before we go. But if you're in a dangerous or toxic situation, now is the time. Act now. I'm seeing like those 1-800 numbers from like back in the day. Act now. If you call in the next 5 minutes, we will include a second ShamWow rag. I don't know. But yeah, Spirit's gonna say, hey, if you act now, we're gonna reward you by giving you more than you even thought was possible. I think that's why Spirit showed me that, like, on, like, that infomercial. Act now, and you will receive even more than what you think you're paying for right here. Oh, you guys. The calm is coming. That storm is gonna end, and you're gonna be able to sit and actually feel what you're feeling. Some of you just are in such a dire situation right now that you don't even have time to really process the mind effort that you're going through right now, but very soon you will. But for those of you who've been feeling like, okay, this has been a while ago, I think I've had time to process, I think you just might be a little further down the road than the majority of group 3, but again, there's still a lot to gain from what we gathered here for you as well. So I love you guys, my group 3, group hug, group 3, group hug, soul family. We're gonna be able to get through this, all of us. Yes, this was my group 2. Not that I chose group 2, but this was the group I chose for myself, and I will have to go now remember what all happened in group 1, because that's also my message, because I kept saying, hey, go check out group 1. It's the twin flame to group 3. Okay, I could just hang out with you guys here all day, because I want to help. I want you guys to feel empowered to move through anything that is taking your power away. I love you guys. Please feel free to share in the comments any stories, anything you're going through. We are here to support each other in this high vibe tribe community, so please don't hold back. This is a safe place for you to feel vulnerable. I love you guys, and please, 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 please let me let you know that thank you so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things, and I really truly do hope to see you group 3 right here back at the Dunn Creative, also over my live stream channel, the Dunn Creative Live, and my Patreon. Lots of exclusive content. Links for both of those are in the description below. And also for a personal reading with me, you can email me at amanda@dunnphotodesign.com or check the link in the description for my email. All right, you guys, bye!